Hi, it's Jimmy here. Welcome to my webinar 52 Ways to Get More Customers Without Google or Social Media. And welcome to everybody. We've just got over 712 people at the moment who are watching this live. So, welcome to everybody from whatever part of the world you're from. So, listen, I'm going to get through these as quickly as I can, and I'll maybe just stop at maybe two or three of them and highlight them a little bit, the really important ones. But anyway, let's just get started. So sit back, get a coffee, switch off your phone, put your phone on silent, close down all the apps. Let's just focus on this, get through it, and make sure you get as much value as possible from this webinar. So before I begin, just a quick introduction on me. My name is Jimmy Crangle. I'm actually from Glasgow, Scotland. I specialise in slashing the advertising spend of business owners and entrepreneurs by increasing their conversion rates. I've actually been a member of Perry Marshall's Mastermind Club for 10 years now. I actually left 2 years ago, just before COVID hit. I'm still in Dan Kennedy's inner circle, Chris Cadell's Gold Mastermind, and we're now a partner with ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson. I haven't met Russell yet, but I will do in September this year when I go to Florida for the event. I'm going to have a one-on-one with him. So I'm hanging about with some really brilliant marketers. So just so you know that what I'm sharing with you is really, from the very, very top, from the best people in the world. I'm not just making this shit up. By the way, I also did author a book called 52 Ways to Get More Customers Without Google or Social Media, which we published on Amazon about 5-6 years ago. So this webinar is probably more like a third edition of the book, so I've actually updated quite a lot of it now. So anyway, I've had many successes and quite a lot of failures over the last 10 to 12 years. I've invested over $1 million of my own money on Google AdWords and Facebook ads, as well as some other platforms. And as I mentioned, in case you didn't realise this weird accent, I'm actually Scottish. So let's get started. So lesson number one, build your list of prospects and customers. So this is probably the best way of getting started. So if you're starting in a new business, or you've been running a business for a while, you need to get this list organised, and you need to be building it on a daily basis and communicate with them on a regular basis. Okay, don't just send out the odd email or the odd letter. You've got to communicate with them daily on email, social media, and offline as well. Nothing you ever do will be more valuable than building the list. So I'll tell you a very quick story, and again, I'm only going to highlight some of these lessons. I'm not going to highlight them all, but about, 9 years ago, I was selling franchises, and we sold over 100 of them. But here's the secret. Here's what happened. When we decided to sell or to offer the franchise, all we did was we sent an email right to the list. We had about 35,000 people that had opted in. We sent an email. We sold, I think, $450,000 worth of franchises in the first month, and we did the same again 2 months later. So over $1 million, and all we did was email the list. So of course we spent money on advertising to build the list, but when we emailed the offer, so it was the right offer to the right list at the right time, we brought in $1 million in sales within a couple of months. So it just shows you, if you build that list and nurture it and make sure you manage it properly, it's an absolute goldmine. And if you ever decide to sell your business, what you're really selling, you're not really selling the website, although that might be part of it. You're selling the list, right? The list is the most valuable asset that any business can have. And I am still amazed as to how many business owners and entrepreneurs don't really have a list. They just haven't got it, or they don't even know what it is, or they haven't bothered with it. So you've got to build that list. It's incredible, and most businesses just don't even bother doing this. So there you go. Right, lesson number 2: position yourself as an expert, not as a salesperson. This is one of the most powerful marketing strategies you can implement. People do not like to be sold to, but they will listen to it and trust an expert. You get more respect from your customers, and they're more likely to buy from you more often. One of my favourites, the amazing power of postcards. Everybody's online these days, and it's never been easier to stand out from the crowd by sending a good old-fashioned postcard through the mail, where they'll receive it, they'll open it, and they'll remember it. So only about 20% of your emails will actually get delivered, opened, and read, compared to 95% of postcards. Now, by the way, one thing I should mention to you is that not only do they get opened, not only does postcards and letters get opened, they're more believable. If you send a postcard or a letter, recent studies that have been done by various marketing and research companies. They'll tell you that not only do they open, they're more believable. People will believe what they get in the letterbox more than they will believe in email as well. So try our application is MailFunnels. Go to mailfunnels.io once you finish this webinar, and you can sign up there for an automated system where we actually do all this for you. Lesson number 4, offer a strong money back guarantee. Offering a guarantee will increase your sales and it won't cost you any more money in advertising. And by the way, some people are scared to offer a guarantee, or they'll hide it because they think customers are going to take advantage of it. But I'll tell you what, you'll get more sales and less refunds, right? It sounds counterintuitive, but that's what happens. By the way, Domino's Pizza built their business on a guarantee. This is good back, 20, 30 years ago or something. It was fresh hot pizza delivered to your door in 30 minutes or less, guaranteed. They built the whole business on that. So we'll talk a little bit more about a USP later on. Lesson 5, sell to your existing customers. So let me ask you a question. Is your biggest headache always having to try to find new customers, right? Now, most customers will unsubscribe or go elsewhere because they don't feel valued. So communicate with them regularly. Offer them additional products and services that are going to help them. Serve your customers. You're not just trying to punt them things. Serve them, offer solutions and stuff that's going to help them and improve their well-being. Lesson 6, create recurring products and services. This one's a game changer. Rather than just selling one product, try and get people onto some kind of membership or recurring subscription program or a warranty or something, a software program where they have to pay every month. Think about property owners. That's why landlords are so rich. They get one tenant in and the tenant pays them every single month as long as that tenant stays there. Number 7, raise your prices. By the way, I could do a whole webinar on this, but just realize that this is the best way to increase your profits. Most people are scared to do it. They don't want to appear to be charging too much, which is really means you've got a problem with your own, feelings of self-worth, and you need to change your mindset a little bit on this, because if you want to increase your profits by 500% or more, just put your prices up. Just remember that most customers, they don't want cheap, they want value, they want good value. And if you can demonstrate the value, then there's nothing to stop you putting your prices up. You'll make more money, you've got higher profits, you can offer a better service to your customers, you can pay your staff more money, you can pay yourself more money. The list is endless. Now, I mentioned about postcards, the power of direct mail. So postcards are amazing. And again, as long as you've got a list of interested prospects and buyers, nothing beats sending a letter in the post. People read emails the same way they read newspapers. And again, if you sign up to mailfunnels.io, we can do all this for you. Again, I mentioned about believability. So, emails have a 20% open rate. Direct mails get a 90-95% open rate. It's more believable. People remember it, and there's a much more higher level of trust when you do this. Email marketing, as I say, I'm a big fan of offline marketing and direct mail, but let's not give up in email. Email marketing done right is one of the best tools for keeping people up to date and keeping your customers engaged and happy. And by the way, I'm not talking about spamming people, I'm talking about emailing the people that have opted into your list. By the way, email converts sales 40 times greater than social media. That was from McKenzieCorp.com. And again, don't send spam, always get permission to email people. Lesson number 10, this is more of a mindset thing rather than how to get more customers, but it's probably the best way to avoid making big mistakes. Do not listen to the guy down the pub. Stop taking advice from the wrong people. It's the single best way to destroy your business. Most people are well-meaning, but they're usually completely wrong. 95% of people are usually wrong about everything. So yeah, when you'll go through this webinar and you'll go and speak to a friend or a brother-in-law, and they'll say, oh, direct mail, that's bullshit, it's too expensive, all this nonsense. Or they'll say email's dead, or this kind of crap. Don't listen to it, it's bullshit. Lesson 11, generate referrals. Just ask, if you get happy customers, ask them, can they refer people to you? And if you maintain integrity and you offer a great service, you fix problems without delays, you offer refunds promptly, the referrals will come in, by the way, they will come in. And don't forget to send gifts to your customers. Genuine gifts to your customers after the sale is just a great way to, keep your customers happy and get more referrals, and let them go and spread the word for you. Lesson 12, upsell every customer. So all you have to do is ask, and most people will buy. One of the best platforms for upselling is ClickFunnels, and you can go to clickfunnels.com, just to sign up and get a free trial, and it's a great platform for upselling people. And lesson number 13, boost sales with telemarketing. Now, this works very well. If you're sending stuff in the post, as well as emails and all the other stuff, telemarketing is brilliant. So there's one thing I hate, by the way. I absolutely hate cold calling. I've hated it my whole life. I will never do it. So I'm talking about calling inbound website visitors who leave their number. So if you ask a customer who visits your website to give you their name and address and their phone number, give them a call. That's a hot prospect. Lesson 14, set up joint ventures with your competitors, especially if they have a list similar to yours. You can offer your products to their list, they can offer their products to yours. You can do an affiliate deal. And just ask, you'll be amazed as to how many competitors will be happy to work with you. Create a herd of pro affiliates, offer a very generous commission. We're actually setting up a new affiliate program with a 50% commission, which is coming soon. So offer a very, very generous. If you're offering somebody 10% or 20%, it's not going to motivate them, to sell your product. But if you start offering, 40, 50% commissions, that's when people are going to jump off their seat and start selling your products. Lesson 16, send a press release and get free PR. Why pay for advertising when you can get it for free? Most press releases are actually pretty poor quality. Go to Upwork or Fiverr.com and get somebody to write one for you. It's a great way of just getting your website out there and getting lots of backlinks as well. Lesson 17, turn your website into a direct response machine. I mentioned before about ClickFunnels. Sign up to ClickFunnels and that will automatically turn your website into a direct response sales funnel. And you can generate great headlines and a USP and create a video, and have an opt-in box, to offer in a free report or a guide or a consultation to get people to sign up and take action. Number 18, native advertising. Not something I've done a lot of, and it's worth testing Outbrain and Taboola. Overcome objections. So if you can get really good at this is a great way of getting more customers without actually doing anything other than, if somebody's going to contact you and they don't buy from you, why not? Okay. Well, it's usually time or money. People will not buy from you because they don't have the time or they don't have the money. That's what they'll say anyway. It's not always the real reason, but that's what they'll say. And if you can list all your objections and get really good at answering them, then that's how I handle my objections. I write down every objection I can think of. I've got an answer, and if I'm on the phone to somebody, there's nothing they can say to me where I won't have a good answer for them. Lesson 20, copy the 21 things rich people do every day. By the way, I'll send you this on a PDF because there's quite a lot of them. And I don't want to get through them all here, but I'll just go through the couple. 72% of wealthy people eat 300 junk food calories per day, 90% of poor people, 97% of poor people eat more than 300 junk food calories a day, 23% of wealthy people gamble, 52% of poor people gamble. 80% of wealthy people are focused on accomplishing a single goal, only 20% of poor people. So the whole point of this is, if you change your habits, then you will change your life, and your livelihood will change as well. So let's see if I can pick another one. As I say, I'll send this to you later on. Let's see one. 84% of wealthy people believe habits create opportunity, luck, versus 4% of the poor. So most poor people think it's all about luck, but rich people don't. They understand it's about opportunity and daily habits. And 86% of wealthy people believe in lifelong education or self-improvement, versus 5% of poor people, so that's quite an incredible one. 86% of wealthy people love to read, versus 26% of poor people. Lesson 21, split test and keep testing. You must split test your marketing, your ads, your web pages, headlines, telephone scripts, offers and pricing. You've got to always be testing, by the way, always be testing. Here's an example. We did this years ago when we ran the teaching program in Thailand, So with two keywords. One was teach English abroad, and it was an exact keyword, and the other one was teaching English abroad. And as you can see, there's quite a big difference there, 12.3% versus 16.2%. Just by putting ing, we got an increase in conversions. And by the way, that's not a 3.9% difference, that's a 31.7% improvement. So imagine what would a 31% improvement do to your business if you could do that right now just by making one tweak to your marketing, to your headlines. And the secret is to keep testing. I would strongly recommend that you read an 80-20 book. The best book is by Richard Koch or Perry Marshall. So the 80-20 principle, the 8% of results flow from just 20% of the causes. It's a one true principle of highly effective people. If you focus on the 20% of things that you need to do every day that bring in 8% of your revenue, the most important stuff, then you need to do that, okay? By the way, in online marketing, it's more like 95-5, so 5% of what you do brings in 95% of your customers. So focus on the important things. Don't worry about all the small, stupid stuff. Lesson 23, fire bad customers. So if you apply the 80-20 principle, 20% of your bad customers take up 80% of your time. Get rid of them. Fire them, okay? Lesson 24, spend more money on marketing, not less. Here's what stupid business owner statements I've come across. This is a classic. We've already spent our marketing budget for the year. That is the stupidest thing that you could ever say. When somebody says that, it means they know absolutely nothing about marketing. Marketing is an investment, not an expense. If I'm spending $1 on direct mail or Facebook or Google ads and I'm getting $3 back, why would I have a budget? Why would I stop spending money? Why would I stop investing money in marketing? So once I've established that I can invest $1 and get $3 back, I'm going to spend all the money I can without going broke. Okay, so just think about that. Marketing is an investment, not an expense. You need to use deadlines and scarcity. A sales offer without a deadline isn't an offer. Deadlines encourage people to take action, and if you can force your customers to make a decision, your sales will skyrocket. And by the way, getting them to say no is better than getting them to say, "I'll think about it." This is another kind of mindset thing that I threw in here, because a lot of people are working towards what they think is their retirement years, and I have to really tell you that if you think that you're going to work your whole life to retire, you've actually been conned, right? Why work in a job or a business you hate most of your life just for a few retirement years? And you probably won't have enough energy to enjoy your life in the full when you're 65. So here's the secret, guys and ladies and gents. Retirement is a question of money, not age. So do not focus on 65 or 60s. By the way, the UK has increased the retirement age to 67. So you're going to have to work to your 67 to receive your pension. Forget your pension, right? Forget about retirement. It's about money. And if you can make enough money now, you can retire now. You can retire in a couple of years. Lesson 27, get better at selling. Sales is really a disqualification process, not a convincing people process. So if you target your marketing right, selling is easy, right? So in other words, what I mean by a disqualification process is when I'm running ads, I'll probably say, attention business owners and entrepreneurs, right? In other words, if you're not a business owner or an entrepreneur, you're not my customer. And I'm probably not the best person if you're just starting a business. I mean, I will give you lots of free advice and lots of good advice, but you're not ready for me and I'm not ready for you. So that's why I kind of try to avoid dealing directly with people that are just starting a business, but I do refer them to really good courses in coaching that they can take, and then hopefully they'll come back to me later. Position yourself as an expert, not a salesperson. And timid salespeople have skinny kids. That was Zig Ziglar said that. Always ask for the order. Get better at selling. That's one way to improve your profit margin, your bottom line, and how you can get more customers and make more money by not spending any more money on advertising. Lesson 28, buy gifts for your customers. When was the last time you sent your customers a gift? Remember the old adage, give and you shall receive. don't send crap. Send some quality stuff in the post for people. It generates goodwill and word of mouth referrals. And I say, if you go to mailfunnels.io, we're actually introducing an automated gift system. So when somebody fills in a form on your website or buys something from you, it will automatically send a gift of your choice. You choose a gift, you set it all up, or we'll set it up for you, and those gifts can be sent automatically. And by the way, it reduces refunds as well. Implement a multiple follow-up sequence. One thing that salespeople and business owners do badly is follow up on leads. Most people are easily distracted. You have to follow up. Your prospects are going to need 7 to 15 follow-ups before they buy from you, and that could be email and direct mail, and there's phone calls and social media. Making lots of touches from different media is really important. Less than 30, pay-per-click advertising. So basically, you can't ignore these lucrative sources in terms of, Google and social media. So as much as this is all about how to get more customers without Google and social media, it's also important that you still do Google and social media, right? So I know it might sound like a bit of a contradiction, but implement 52 ways that don't include Google and social media, but still do both. Still do online and offline. I've made millions from Google AdWords. I've made very little from organic SEO. It's getting tougher, but nowadays you've got to be doing pay-per-click as well as on all the offline marketing stuff that we talked about. By the way, Facebook is becoming the number one pay-per-click platform, even though they got their arse kicked this year because of the Apple iOS update. They're probably going to be the number one ad platform as well in the future. Less than 31, get on TV. It takes determination, but it's not as hard as you might think. TV exposure is very powerful. We actually still live in a celebrity culture in most Western countries, and we all secretly desire to be associated with the celebrities and successful people. So if you can get yourself on TV, your customers and prospects are going to love you. So lesson 32, add a video to your website. Few websites have the ability to convert visitors into customers without having a video. Most people will click and watch a video, and autoplay even works better. You absolutely must have a video. By the way, I can hear a kid screaming just outside this office, driving me nuts. So I hope you can't hear it. Okay, lesson 33, understand what business you're really in. So you'll be surprised how many business owners don't actually know what business they're in, right? And I'll give you an example. If you speak to an accountant, right, an accountant's going to say, you're going to say, what is it you do? They'll say, I'm an accountant, right? Okay, and so end of conversation. But if an accountant said something to you like, I help small businesses save money, avoid unnecessary tax bills, and manage their finances to help increase their profits, how would you respond to that? Your response would be, oh, that's interesting. How do you do that? Can I have your number? Because the accountant understands the business that they're in is helping small business owners save money, avoid unnecessary tax bills, and help them manage their finances to increase their profits. That's the business an accountant should be in. And if the accountants that know that have got a great marketing message, and they'll make a lot more money than somebody that says, I'm an accountant. Okay, so think about what business you're really in, and you probably, if you really were honest with yourself, you'll realise that you're actually in the marketing business, right? You need to be marketing information and advice on how people should solve problems. People will appreciate that. They'll consider you an expert, and then they'll probably contact you to hire you to do the service that you're telling them all about. Lesson 34, customer testimonials. Your prospects and customers will believe what others have to say about you more than what you have to say about yourself. So you absolutely must have customer testimonials, genuine ones, on your website and all your marketing messages. Lesson 35, make the most of Skype or Zoom video calls. It's time is money. So if you can actually use Zoom, for example, I use Zoom now for interviewing people. So I will do 3 Zoom calls, and then if I can, I will then meet them face to face. So it's just a great way to save time and get the job done rather than travelling and going to try and meet people. Lesson 36, conferences and trade shows. There's a lot of industries where trade shows are essential for a lot of industries. and you should definitely attend them if you do have them in your industry. Send bulky mail. We talked before about direct mail postcards, but bulky mail, when you've actually got, you put like little things in the envelope, like a pen or a compass or something that looks bulky, people are more likely to open it and remember it. And bonuses to drive the sale. Sometimes people will buy a product from you just to get the bonus, right? So I once sold a high-end coaching package for just $20,000 per year, £13,000, and the bonus was a brand new MacBook Air computer, right? So £20,000 for £13,000 or $20,000 for the coaching program and a free MacBook Air. They could not wait to get the new MacBook. So when they paid the $20,000 and we did a one-on-one call, what's the first thing you think they asked me, right? Did they say, Jimmy, how can I, get more customers? How can I improve my website? No, it was like, when can I get my new MacBook? So they actually bought the coaching package to get the free gift, so the free bonus. So you need to add bonuses, and you'll be amazed as to how people will buy the product because they actually want the bonus. Lesson 39, write a book. I wrote my book, 52 Ways to Get More Customers Without Google or Social Media. If you want to position yourself as an expert, write a book, okay, or get somebody to write it for you if you really have to. So you can get a ghostwriter on Fiverr.com or Upwork, and there are other websites like Freelancer and stuff. So I actually wrote my book myself, and then I hired somebody to edit it, right? So I would recommend at the very least write the bullet points if you can't write the whole book. Or there's another website called rev.com, where you can actually speak the book. You can talk into your phone, click a button, and they will transcribe it for you and send you back a text file with everything you said. That's a great way to get a book out there. So you don't even need to write it, you can actually speak it, and then get somebody just to copy, edit it, and make it, organise it and take out the bits and pieces that don't make sense and so on. So I would suggest that you've got some involvement with it, rather than just pass it on to somebody, because it's more authentic, and I think people will kind of sense it. If they get to meet you and they read your book, they might kind of sense that it doesn't quite add up. You don't seem like the person that wrote that book. So you've kind of got to have that congruency and authenticity. I think when you're creating a book. Lesson 40, call all your unconverted leads. Go back and call all the leads. Anybody that contacted you that did not buy from you, just go back and say, how can I help you? What problems have you got? And you'll find that there's a lot of unconverted money sitting there waiting on you. Lesson 41, go niche or niche, depending on which country you're from. People prefer to buy from companies that focus on their special needs. Target demographics of products for a particular task. It's much cheaper to advertise to niche groups than it is to advertise to everyone. Lesson 42, remarketing. That means if somebody clicks on your website and they don't buy from you, then the ads on Google and Facebook will follow them around the internet, and it looks like you're actually advertising everywhere. Lesson 43, combine online and offline marketing strategies, which I mentioned before. As much as we're trying to focus on different ways and strategies that we can implement that doesn't rely on Google and social media, you still want to be doing both, okay? So if they sign up on your website, send a free report, guide, a postcard, or your book in the post, right? Send it by mail. 95% will open it, read it, and remember it, and also believe it. Shock and awe. That means you send something that was totally unexpected, that leaves them feeling pleasantly surprised. Some of the things that some of my clients have sent, and we've sent, and other people we know have sent things like waste paper bins, toy cars, boxes full of testimonials, sweets, candy, popcorn, wine, spirits. You send stuff like that to a customer, you're going to surprise them, and it's called shock and awe. That's what you want to do. Create a powerful USP. I mentioned this briefly before. Most business owners don't have a good USP, unique selling proposition. So this is how you came up with one. Why should I do business with you over every other business in the marketplace? What problems can you solve for me? What guarantees do you offer? You need to be able to answer that question right away. When somebody comes onto your website, they need to know right away why they should do business with you over every other person in the marketplace. So think about, Domino's Pizza They offered a delivery guarantee. What can you offer it that really kind of like gets people to take action? Lesson 46, ask for the order. Some business owners and salespeople are scared to ask for the order because they fear rejection. Just ask for the... I nearly swore there. Ask for the order, okay? Free trials. Sometimes it's good to offer a free trial to reduce the risk that your customers are exposed to. Great for digital products and software. Okay, so what if you're a car dealer? What if you're selling a car? Okay, give them a free test drive, you know. Whatever you sell, there must be something you can give away for free. So think about that. Lesson 48, expand your geography. If you're doing well in your local area and you have marketing systems that are working, there's nothing to stop you duplicating your business to other areas. So think about, you know, what other areas locally, or if you're working online, there's no reason why you can't do this, you know, internationally. So you should be expanding your products in your geographical area. 49, create a smartphone app. Very easy and not very expensive to do now. It's a great way you can communicate directly with your customers. Quick and easy delivery of your content. Number 50, get good at public speaking. So if you can actually go on a stage and speak at a local or international event, again, people will perceive you to be an expert. And of course, you know, it's everybody's biggest fear, but if you can just do it, you know, attend Toastmasters, learn how to do it. It's a skill you learn. Once you've done it a few times, it's easier. And start doing public speaking and get it recorded on video and put it on your website. Lesson 55, spy on your competitors and steal their traffic legally. Discover where your competitors are getting their traffic from, model what they do. There's a few spy tools now. The one I've used is similarweb.com, but if you just run a search in Google for spy on your competitors, you'll be amazed. Okay, and last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the end. Lesson 52, and this is probably the most important one out of them all. Implement. Right, you've actually got to implement the things that I've just mentioned. Most people will go through this webinar, they'll say, oh, that's really interesting, Jimmy. They'll write down a few notes and they'll put the paper to one side and they'll never do anything with it. You've actually just got to do it. And if you only pick 2, 3, 4 or 5 of those 52 ways and implemented them, it's going to transform your business, especially with direct mail and postcards and telemarketing and a few other ones that you can easily implement by just going to mailfunnels.io and let us actually set it up for you, and we'll automate the process. You don't have to do nothing, right? We'll do it for you. So congratulations, thank you very much, you know, for getting through this and sticking with me. You're actually now a marketing expert, right? If you've been through those 52 ways, right, and you've taken some notes, you already probably know more about marketing than all of your competitors, right? And I mean that sincerely. You already know more about marketing than most of your competitors, possibly all of them, just because what I've shared with you on this webinar. But it doesn't matter how good, you know, how good the strategies are, how good the media is, how good your offer is. If you don't implement it, so just go and do it, guys and girls. Just do it, right? Implement stuff. Implement direct mail, sending postcards and letters, sending gifts when somebody buys something from you. Mailfunnels.io can automate the whole process for you, and if you don't even want to set it up using our platform, we'll do it for you, right? It costs less than $1 to send a letter. I think it's about 65 cents to send it in America. Still under $1 to send stuff in the UK and Australia and Canada and Ireland and Europe, but we can do it all for you. And then of course, you know, you can decide what gifts you might want to send to people. So thank you very much for your time, for your patience. This has been amazing. I'm just really excited to share this with you, and I'm going to do more of these webinars in future. Thanks very much for your time. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.